This
One
conference
question.
will now be recorded.
Yes, Vijay.
Vikram, the FSCM certification is a separate certification?
FSCM, I don't think there is any certification available.
Oh, okay, okay. So it's just
Yeah, FI,
knowledge base.
yeah, finance. Because see, FSCM components are actually independent kind of thing. Like as we
Right,
discussed, we are discussing about disputes, collections, and credits. They comes under AR. Then you
right.
have cash management, treasury. They are completely independent. They are kind of bank and treasury and also. That is the reason there is no common
Common.
certification available for them.
I see. Okay, okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me, yeah, I think this is what we were discussing yesterday. So just a quick recap. We were trying to understand what exactly is credit management. So one thing we understood is in SAP ECC, there were two ways of implementing credit management. We can implement the old credit management. In old credit management, it was part of SD and AR, right? And even in ECC itself, there was another credit management called as new credit management, or it is called as FSCM credit management. In S4HANA, SAP has removed the old credit management. The only option to use credit management in S4HANA is using FSCM credit management. Okay, so previously in SAP ECC, if I want to set up the credit management, the first thing that I need to do is create credit control area. Okay, in S4HANA, if you are using FSCM credit management, obviously, then in addition to the credit control area, we also need to create credit segments, right? So quickly, what we have done till now, yesterday we started off with creation of credit control area. So you can do it in enterprise structure, definition, financial accounting, and this is where we created our credit control area. We given the same code, which is FSCM, right? So this is our credit control area that we created. If I double click on this, we understood this that the credit limit will be kept at the USD level, and update is we want to keep the track of open orders, open delivery line items, and open billing items. Okay, that is the reason we are using 12. And then the fiscal year variant that we are using is K4. Okay, so otherwise this information was required in ECC if you are using SD credit management, but this is not relevant anymore because anyways, we are not keeping the credit limit at credit control area level now. We are going to do it at credit segment level. Okay, and then second thing we have done is we assign this credit control area to our company code. Okay, so here we assigned our company code, that is FSCM, to credit control area, again FSCM. Okay, so this was enough. If you are using SAP ECC, this was enough. But now, since we need to work on FSCM credit management, the remaining configuration we have to do in financial supply chain management. Okay, so within this, there is a separate folder for credit management. You have to open this, you have to go to this credit risk monitoring. Here in master data, we have to create a credit segment. So we have created a credit segment that is again FSCM. Okay, and just verify that the risk classes are available. So yesterday we discussed what are risk classes. So based on different types of customers, we may have some customers who are good in terms of making the payments on time, so they will fall under no risk. There are some customers who makes the payment but 1 or 2 days here or there, so they will fall in low default risk. There are some customers who delays the payment, at least we get the payment but they delay the payment sometimes, so that would be kind of medium. There are some customers for which there are many old items still are not paid. So those are the customers of high. And even if a customer is already, or after a lot of reminders, if a customer is not paying at all, then definitely they will fall under very high default risk category. Okay, so based on your requirements, you can create whatever number of risk classes you want. This is standard delivery by SAP. SAP provides this 5 risk classes. Okay, and then you need to set up the remaining things in this integration with AR and integration with SD. So as of now, we have still not discussed Anything on integration with AR, we will discuss once we complete integration with SD. Okay, within SD, we have seen most of the things. I told you, make sure that this is not deactivated. Okay, so if you are working on the client system, just make sure that this tick is not active. If this tick is active, which means you will not be able to use the credit management functionality. Okay, even I was trying some scenario today in the same system, in our same company code that we created yesterday, so that there are no surprises. I created multiple sales orders, but system was not stopping me. System was allowing me to create the sales orders. And then I came to know, when I came here, I found out that this was actually ticked, and that is the reason system was not able to stop me. It was not performing any credit related checks. It was just going ahead without any check. Okay, so this is very important. Just make sure that in your system also this is not ticked. Okay, and then you need to define the credit segment. So here also we created the credit segment FSCM. Then we assign this credit segment to credit control area. Right, so this is also mandatory step. You will go to credit control area FSCM and you will assign it to the credit segment FSCM. And then sales area to credit control area. So our sales area is combination of sales organization, distribution channel, and division, and it is also assigned to the credit control area. Next one is this one. I told you not to worry, but let me tell you now what exactly this is used for. So define the credit exposure categories. If you open this, you will normally find this 5 values here. Okay, what are this now? So yesterday, if you remember, we discussed about that 12. Okay, maybe let me show you what exactly I mean. So this update 12, what was the meaning of this update 12? Which means we want to consider the open orders, we want to consider the open delivery documents, and we want to also consider the open billing documents. Same way, here if you see credit exposure categories, you can see sales order value, delivery value, and billing value. There are 2 more, receivables and special credit exposures. So these receivables are coming from FI. Let's assume you have not done anything in SD. You have not created the sales order in SD. Okay, and you created a manual invoice to the customer. Okay, let's go to the yesterday's example. In this example, let's say there are 4 sales orders and 5th document is manual FI invoice for this customer of amount, let's say 2000. So this 2000 should be considered in the exposure or not. This is not coming from SD, this is coming from FI directly. Okay, so in FSCM credit management, even we can include the values which are flowing from the AR module of SAP. Okay, which means direct manual FI invoices. So that information is captured here. So there is another category called as receivables. Special credit exposure, no need to worry as of now. We will see whenever it is required. But this is common. Okay, you don't need to maintain anything here. This is by default. This is coming by default. We normally don't touch anything, just come out. So if you are working in the customer system, by default in the standard system, you'll be able to see all these 5 values. No need to change anything here. Okay, enter settings. I don't think there is any need to go. No, this is all related to SD. We don't need to worry about this enter settings. But yes, starting from here, we discussed per item category. So I told you 2 important things when the sales order is created. So if I show you the sales order that we created yesterday, okay, so maybe I created sales order 148 yesterday. So you can see in this sales order, there are 2 important things. Number 1 is this sales order type at the header level, and number 2 at the line level, this item category. So you have to tell the system whether for this particular order type, credit management is active or not. And again, within this order type, whether credit management is active for this item category or not. Right, so these are the 2 settings that you need to maintain here. So here you specify at the item category level. So our item category is TAN. So in TAN, we can see credit is active. If I deactivate this, then whenever I'll be creating the sales order with this item category, system will not perform the credit check. Okay. Next one is assign the sales documents and delivery documents. These are related to authorizations we will talk about. Define credit groups. There are only 3 credit groups. I told you this one Z1, 2, 3 are created by someone. Normally in the standard SAP system, SAP only provides this 3, 01, 02 and 03, and normally we don't touch this. These are the 3 credit groups which are available. What is the purpose of credit group? It tells you at what level you want to perform the credit check. When you are creating the sales order, or when you are doing the delivery, or you are posting the post goods issue. Right? So you have to tell the system whenever you want to perform the credit check, at what level you want to perform the credit check. So normally we use at the time of sales order. Right? Just come out. This is at the header level. So as I told you, for document type OR, whether the credit management is active or not. So this is where you need to tell the system. If it is blank, this means credit management is not active. Okay. Otherwise, there are 4 options: A, B, C, and D. And yesterday we also discussed A, B, and C. They were available in ECC, which is called as a simple credit check. But in S/4HANA, in FSCM credit management, in short, we don't have the option of A, B, and C, only D or blank. So either you say I'm not using credit management, or you say I'm using credit management, that is automatic credit control. I'm not using simple credit check. Because in simple credit check, only amount is verified, whether the credit limit is available or not. It will not verify other things, like whether the customer has made the payment previous amounts or not, what is the dunning level. All those things system will not consider if you go for A, B, and C. That will only consider if you are going for D. And that is the reason A, B, C are no more supported. So D, and this is where you are telling the system at what level you want to perform the credit check. So out of the 3 options that I shown you, sales order, delivery, and goods issue, here we are clearly telling the system that for order types OR, perform the check at the time of creation of sales order itself. So when you are going to create the sales order with order type OR, system will perform the automatic credit check. Okay, and based on the limit, system will behave accordingly. Okay, how the system will behave? System will behave according to these settings, according to define automatic credit control. So for FSCM, we created this line, credit control area FSCM, risk class. If the risk class of the customer is D, D means what? High risk. In that case, what we want to do? Let's assume we want to block the order. Okay, so I'll go with D. I will not allow the system to create the order at all. Okay, forget about this, because this is required only when you are doing the warning. So one is warning, C is warning, and D is error. Forget about A and B. Nobody uses A and B now. A and C are almost same, B and D are almost same. There is no difference. So either we use blank, or we use C, or we use D. Okay, so if I go with D, you can see system will issue the error message like B. Like B means error message. So if I go with D, system will clearly tell me that there is no credit limit available for this customer, and that is the reason system will not allow you to book that sales order at all. Okay, let's try to save it. And this D, if you remember, this we already assigned to our customer master data. So if you go to transaction BP, right, this is our business partner customer that we created. Let's double click on this and go to role UKM000 for credit management. In this role, you'll be able to see this credit profile. And in this credit profile, you can see this is a risk class. So we are telling the system this business partner is at high risk. Okay, which means if he's placing any order, if the credit limit is not available, don't accept the order at all. That is exactly what we told here, right? Don't accept the order at all, throw the error message. D means throw the error message. Okay, now let's see if I try to create a sales order, whether the credit check is being performed or not. So this is the summary of what we have done, the things yesterday. Today I want to start showing you the transaction, how system will behave according to whatever configurations we have done. So any questions before I go to that level? Any questions on the topics that we discussed yesterday?
Yeah, Vikram, couple of questions. One is, what is the
Yeah.
purpose of K4 financial year variant that we are adding to credit management area?
Mhm.
Was it
So
there
the
before?
yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, was it there before also in ECC K4?
No, K4 as a financial year was already there, but if you
I
see, let me show you. So if you go to your credit control area, so in our case it is FSCM. See, this is a screen that you are able to see. This is from ECC itself. There is no change in credit control area, which means this
Okay.
fiscal year variant, yeah, fiscal year variant tab was already available in ECC also. Now the second question, K4 is a standard one itself, right? K4 means Jan to
No,
December.
K4 is the standard one. My question was, where do we use this? I mean, why do we need, because we're not doing any posting or anything like that,
Yeah,
right? Or
actually
is it just?
speaking, yes, actually speaking, it will not make any difference. But still, as a part of enterprise structure, we were providing this fiscal year variant here, because anyways, our credit management is not going to be based on the fiscal year. It is going to be based on the limit and the other parameters.
Right. And also maybe in the liquidity planning, maybe you may want to use this perhaps. I'm not sure about that.
No, but again, for liquidity planning, it has nothing to do with credit control area.
Okay, no
Yeah,
problem.
definitely from FI point of view, that would be used in the liquidity planning also, but from the credit control area point of view, I don't think we will be needing this
No,
anywhere.
no. So it was just a part of an enterprise structure. Okay, fine.
Yes,
The other
just a
question.
part of creating the credit control area.
Okay. Other question is, you just now mentioned credit exposure, right? So
Mhm.
where we will check for AR invoices, that was not clear.
Yes, so AR we are still not discussed. As I told you, currently we are discussing SD. Once we
Okay.
complete SD, then we will come to understand how the AR invoices will also flow to the credit management.
Okay, sure. And also, if
Yeah,
you deactivate by mistake, you can activate again anytime?
you can activate it again, but this should be very sensitive,
Yeah.
right?
So if
So
somebody by mistake does
otherwise,
it,
what
then
will
yeah.
yes, you can do that. That is not a problem.
Okay. Thank you.
In this server itself, many times I don't know who is deactivating. Anyone who is getting the error, he's coming and deactivating, and many times I only activated it, so that will not create any problem.
Yeah, the problem, it doesn't create a transport object, when you do that, that's why it's a problem.
Yes, it will not create any problem. That is fine.
Okay, thank you. That's all I had a question. Thank you.
Okay.
I have one query, like earlier in the credit management, first we need to activate like some body or BAPIs. So whether whether we need to activate some bodies or BAPIs for the activation of credit management.
No, Abhijit. The reason is earlier there was an option whether you
Okay.
want to use the SDAR credit management, but in S4HANA, because there is no other option, by default the FSCM credit management is active. So this particular
Okay.
thing that you are able to see, the one which we are discussing, this one earlier, this was instead of deactivate, it was activate SAP credit management. There was a body which needs to be activated. Now
Yes.
even you can see this one body activation of SAP credit management. You will be able to see this in ECC. Okay, but here if you try this, it will just say it is already activated. Okay, so no need to touch this
Okay.
actually. By default, it is
Okay.
active.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so we are not going to touch this, and we are not even going to touch this, but just make sure that this is not ticked. Otherwise, by default, these two things are taken care by SAP. We can start from here itself. Since in ECC there is an option that whether you want to use this or you want to use the old one, that is the reason they provided this option here. But in S4 by default it is active, so no need to come here. Okay, so now let's try to do some transactions and see based on the configuration that we have done how the system behaves. So I'll go to transaction VA01 to create a sales order. Okay, so our order type is OR. These things are very important. If you are using the order type for which credit management is not active, definitely it will not give you the desired results, right? So sales organization, distribution channel, and division. Let me press enter. Enter your sold to party, which is your customer that we created, and for the same customer we already maintained the credit limit of 15,000. Right, let me first show you. I made some postings, so just to show you what is the status as of now for this particular customer. So I already posted some sales orders, not posted actually, I just created the sales orders. I have not done any delivery and billings as of now. So if I go to transaction BP, okay, and let's say this is my business partner, double click on this, you can see this is UKM 000, and if I go to credit segment data, you can see the limit that we assigned yesterday was 15,000, but I already already created one sales order of value 16,000. Okay, so system has allowed me to create this 16,000 because I changed the automatic credit control setting. I made it C, which means system will just give me the warning message, but it will allow me to go ahead and create the sales order. So I was able to create a sales order, and you can see because I already utilized my credit limit, see what is happening. It is showing you have the limit of 15,000 and you already utilized 16,000, which means utilization percent is more than 100%. Okay, so just for your information, no need to worry about this. I'll show you now how exactly it will work. So if I go to the sales order creation, this is my customer whose credit limit is already expired. So even if I create a sales order value of $1 USD, it should throw error because it is no more, it will not allow you anymore to create a sales order because the limit is already exceeded. So I will just provide some reference, some mandatory fields. So payment terms, Incoterms, okay, and the material. So this is our material. I will book 10 quantity. Okay, and I'll enter the plant amount. Let me say 1600 per unit. So total would be 16,000. Okay, let's press enter. Press enter. You can see system is performing the credit check. Right? System is performing the credit check. It is saying credit check for SAP credit management failed. Unable to save. This unable to save will only come if you want error message. If you want warning message, you will not be able to see this bracket unable to save. It will just show you credit check SAP failed, and if you say continue, no problem. If you just press enter, it will allow and create the sales order. But now in this case, we clearly told the system that if the credit is not available, throw the error message. Okay, so what it will do, if I click on continue, and if I try to again click on save, it will give me the error message. You can see this is the error message. What it is showing? It is clearly showing that system is performing the credit check, okay, but it is failed. Okay, why it is failed? You can see it is giving you the complete information. Maybe let me try to show you once again. So if I go to VA01, plant and amount. Okay, look at this also. Credit limit is 15,000 and the credit is getting exceeded by 1,000. Okay, so if the system continues to do this, it will be exceeded by 1,000. Why it is showing 1,000? Because you can see the price is still not picked. Let me do it once again. Now it is saying pricing is okay. Let's do one thing. If I go for item availability check and try to save, no, it is actually showing the error message. What I wanted to show you is what is the current credit exposure for this customer? How much is the total current exposure? If you see in the customer master, it is 16,000, already 16,000 exposure. And we are trying to create a sales order of another 16,000. Okay, so what would be the total value system is trying to book?
32.
16 plus 16 is 32. Out of 32, the limit we provided is only 15. So the error message should come as 17,000. So system should give us the message that, let me show you once again. Okay, this is very important to understand. That is the reason I'm going again and again. Or maybe I can, instead of creating, I can just copy. It will work in the same way. So create with reference. I will copy from order number 149. Okay, let's try to copy it. See, currently it is showing 1000. It should not show 1000. It should show 17,000. Okay, that is the reason I'm showing you this again and again. Because system is taking this amount later on. That is the reason it is just showing 1000. It should be 17,000. So you are trying to book overall credit exposure of 32,000, but you have the limit of 15,000. So system is exceeding by 17,000, and that is the reason it is throwing error. So if it is an error message, when you try to book this, you can see system will throw this error. It will not allow you to proceed further. Okay, so for this particular customer, what is happening is, this customer, because this is not a good customer, this is at very high risk. Where I maintained that, I maintained it here. I clearly told the system that this customer is at very high risk. Sorry, not very high, high risk. And here I told the system in automatic credit control, for those customers who are at high risk, don't allow to create a sales order. So issue the error message. Okay, but simply if I tell the system, okay, no problem, instead of error, just issue the warning message. Okay, so from here I can control. What I'm saying the system is, instead of issuing the error message, just issue the warning message. Let's try to save it. Okay, now if you try to create a sales order, okay, again, maybe I'll go with reference, create with reference, I can save time. So order number 149, copy, mandatory field. Okay, and let's try to save it. So you can see this message is correct now, 17,000. So there is no bracket, there is no unable to save. System is not stopping me. It is just giving the warning message. It is just informing me that this customer has a limit of 15,000, and if you go ahead with this order, you will exceed it by 17,000. But it is completely up to you whether you want to say yes or no. Right? So if it is a warning, it will not stop you. If you just press enter, system will go ahead and it will create the sales order for you. So sales order has been created. Now if you go to the customer master data, go to credit segment data, you can see the exposure is 32,000, which is 213.3%, more than 200%. Right? If you want to know how this is 32,000, which orders are considered, which deliveries are considered, which billings are considered, which AR invoices are considered. If you want that full information, just click on this button, display the liability. If you open this, you can see it is showing you 32,000 all belongs to the open orders. There is no open delivery, there is no open billing. Everything is open orders. Again, double click on this, it will tell you how many orders, order wise. Okay, it is giving you the information order wise. If you're not able to see the order number, just click on this and just go to key, bring it here. So you can see this is order number 149 and 154. So first 8 characters are the keys, and then order numbers, and then the other information. So what is the order value, okay, which line item number, and you can see the date. Right, so it is showing you there are 2 orders which are created for this particular customer. One is order number 149, second is order number 154, and the total exposure for this customer is 32,000. Okay, so as and when you will be doing some transactions, let's say now you will convert this order into delivery, later on you will convert this delivery into billing, you will be able to see this is completely getting updated automatically. Okay, so this figure will keep on changing as and when you do any transaction with this particular customer. Okay, let's say if I block this customer in credit management, okay, which means I don't want to give any credit to this customer. I just came to know that this customer is bankrupted, or maybe this customer is not paying the amounts of the other competitors in the market. So I just want to make sure that this customer is blocked in the credit management. And the blocking reason, there are multiple blocking reasons. I can say credit limit is exceeded. This customer has already exceeded the credit limit. I don't want to go ahead with any orders for this customer. Or I came to know that he is doing fraud in the market. So fraud is possible. Okay, no insurance. This customer has not taken the insurance, for example, insufficient credit worthiness, whatever. So this is also customizable, right? If you want to create your own blocking reasons, you can do it very easily in the configuration. So let me show you the configuration for setting up the blocking reasons. Obviously FSCM, credit management, credit risk monitoring, I think in master data, and where are you able to blocking reasons, define the blocking reasons. So within credit management, credit limit check, define the blocking reasons. So very easily you can just create whatever blocking reason you want. Okay, event category, blocked in credit management. Okay, so there are again different options here. You can use whatever you want. We just want to block it for the credit management. Just save it. So now you will be able to see that additional option also if you just do F4, FSCM test. Okay, spatial attention. If you, this is just like, this is very important customer and you want to make sure that there is a spatial attention that every 15 days or every 30 days you want to monitor this customer. Okay, this is just for the information purpose that this customer needs to be monitored by your credit manager on day-to-day or maybe on the weekly or on the monthly basis. What is the current status? Okay, and click on save. So now even if from the automatic credit control, we told the system to issue the warning message, but still if I tick this indicator, now it should not allow me to create a sales order at all. It will clearly tell me that for this particular customer, the credit is blocked. Okay, let's see. So if I again copy this 149, you can see order delivery impossible. Partner in segment FSCM is blocked. Okay, if you click on the question mark, it will clearly tell you that order receipt is not possible because the credit partner is blocked in the credit segment in SAP Credit Management. Right, so if this customer is blocked in credit management, you will not be able to create any sales order for this customer. No sales order, no delivery. Okay, so even if the sales order is already created, let's say you already created a sales order. Now, if you try to deliver that sales order, you are trying to send that material. Even that delivery will also get blocked. Okay, it will not allow you to deliver any material to this customer till the time you are not unblocking that particular customer. Okay, so what else is there? So this one we understood, this one we understood. Blocked in credit management, spatial attention. This is resubmission on, again, this is our next review date. So this and this are almost same. When you want to review the credit management of this customer. So do you want to do this every quarterly? You want to come and review how is the situation of this customer, whether to increase the credit limit or to decrease the credit limit or to block the customer. So you can enter the date here, which means on this particular date, you want to review this particular customer. Okay, and then there are some additional kind of fields where you can enter the additional information. Okay, so insurance number, exceptions, collateral. So these are all kind of additional features. If you want to use it, if you want to add additional information about this customer in credit management, you can do it. So if this customer has taken the insurance, you can enter the from where he has taken the insurance, what is the amount, what is the currency, what is the from date to date. You can enter all those additional supporting kind of documents. Okay. If you go to this payment behavior key figures, this is kind of read only. This will keep on updating automatically. Okay, so this is again kind of a report which is telling you how this customer is behaving. So what is the current dunning level of this customer is 0, which means we are still not sent any dunning letter to this customer. So this first is dunning information. If you come to the second one, oldest open item. So it is showing blank. Why? Because we are still not created any billing document. We don't want customer to pay as soon as the sales order is created. So whatever is the open billing value, out of that, whatever is the oldest open item, it will show you that much amount here. When this customer has made the last payment. Okay, if you come down, what is the DSO? Any idea what is DSO?
Days
DSO,
sales.
The days of sale.
daily sales outstanding.
Yep.
So what exactly do you mean by daily sales outstanding?
DSO, I don't know. There are two different. It could be retail, or it could be regular.
No, it's
Every day, how much of a sale outstanding balance is available?
No.
no, it's based on the AR. How much of the AR receivable open from this customer, number of days of the AR.
Right,
In the
number of days for
formula
AR.
yeah.
Yeah, so daily sales outstanding is one of the key performance indicator, KPI, to know normally how many days this customer takes to make the payment. Okay, so DSO can be at the customer level and DSO can be at the company level also. The average amount of time this customer takes to make the payment, that is daily sales outstanding, which means the number of days on an average which it takes to the customer to make the payment. So for example, if customer makes the payment normally in every 20 or 25 or 30 days, so it will do the average of all the payments which are made by the customer, and it will tell you this customer's DSO is too good. For example, there are some customers, you send them the bill, even though the credit time is 30 days you are given, but they make the payment in the 10 days. So this DSO of 10 days is very good. You can think of giving more credit to this customer because he is always paying before time. On the other hand, there are some customers whose credit period is 30 days, but their DSO is more than 50-60 days. So you will try to avoid those kind of customers, or maybe you will try to push those customers for giving some cash discounts, that okay, if you pay on time, we will be giving you this much discount, just to make sure that we are getting our amount on time, right? So that is daily sales outstanding. So again, the main purpose of FSCM again is to improve the DSO. Okay, FSCM is what? FSCM is making sure that we have the liquidity available in our company. How will we get the liquidity? We want to make sure that our credit is collected on time. We want to make sure that our DSO levels are very high. So we are not giving the credit to the customers and who they are paying after 6 months. Your DSO should be always good. So every yearly, when you see this FSCM parameters, every monthly, quarterly, yearly, when the top management, strategic management sits and discuss, they try to see these figures, they try to set some benchmark that we want to make sure that our DSO is minimum, so that we are having more money that we can use for rollouts, right? So more money means you can invest in more things, you can bring some new products in the market. But if your customer is paying after 6 months, then you cannot do anything. At any point of time, you don't have much money in hand. So that is the reason DSO is very important factor. So this information is captured here automatically. This is not something you need to enter. This system will automatically calculate in the background and it will keep here for you. Why it is keeping here? Just to make sure that if you want to know at any point of time, how is this customer behaving in terms of credit management? Let's say this customer said, I have another order of big amount, let's say 50,000 USD. I request you to please increase my credit limit. Okay, so based on these factors, you can go here and you can see how is this customer responding from based on the previous transactions that he has done. So if this customer is good, then definitely you will say, okay, may not be 50,000, but I can make it 25,000 or 30,000. But if this customer is not even paying on time, if these figures are not good, then definitely you will say, no, whatever we have provided, that is enough, or maybe we can also think of decreasing it. Right, so payment behavior key figures and even KPIs for payment behavior, this is also kind of same thing. So this is just the same information in two different forms. You can see here also you are able to see the dunning notices, what is the total amount, what is the total dunning level, oldest open item, all those details. This is just in a tabular form and this is just in a kind of cellular form. Otherwise both are same. Okay, we'll be able to see some transactions when some values when you do the transactions. And even you can control this. Okay, so what parameters you want to see here? Let's say I want to say the system, don't show me dunning level in this payment behavior key figures. I don't want to see this dunning level information here. Okay, so what I can do is that also I can configure very easily from the configuration. So if you go to configuration, okay, and here if you want to tell the system, let me just find out where exactly that is maintained. Payment behavior, there should be something called as payment behavior. Not this.
Maybe it is an integration with AR or no?
No, it is here itself.
Okay.
So blocking reasons, info categories, field groups for parameter. Let me see, what is this? No.
Okay.
No. I think it is in the rules. Let's go to the rules. See, these are the parameters and yeah, parameters display for credit segment. So this is where you tell the system what you want to show. Okay, so if you don't want to show the dunning, then you can just give me a minute. Display for check. This is fine. Field name, maximum document value, amount in payment behavior, number of days, overdue items. But this is no, I'm just missing that step. I think where is documented credit decision? I think it should be in the master data itself. Let's go to the master data once again, because it is showing, yeah, define attributes display. This is the thing that I'm talking about. Yes, so payment behavior in credit management, attribute groups. So dunning notices, oldest open item, payments and sales, these are 4 groups. And again, within dunning notices, what information you want to see. Okay, so dunning amount, whatever information you want to see, you just specify here and it will be applicable as per the credit segment. Let me show you. This is payment behavior summary. This is fine. Attribute group. Yeah, so this one, if I remove this, what will happen? You will not be able to see this dunning information at this place. This will go away. Okay, so that can be also configured. Normally we don't touch this, but yes, it is also up to you what you want to show at the customer level. Okay, so credit limit and control. This one we understood, payment behavior we understood. Now let's go to general data. In general data, we have this credit profile. Okay, in credit profile, very importantly, we understood as of now risk class and check rule. Risk class is to tell the system what is the risk for this particular customer, and check rule is what are the different checks that you want to perform whenever you are going to perform the credit check. So one is obviously the credit value. Let's try to configure this as per our requirement and then try to create a sales order. So I'll go to this check rule 01. Again in the configuration, Okay, so this is where the check rules are created. In credit management, credit risk monitoring, credit limit check, and you have this defined checking rules. So the one that we are using is 01. This is pre-delivered by SAP. Let's open this. This will perform these checks. It will first check whether the credit exposure is available or not. Okay, second, it will check the maximum document value. So let's go ahead with this now. Okay, I will open this and I will tell the system that for our credit segment, which is FSCM, maximum document value can be only 1000, which means even if there is a credit limit available for this particular customer, I don't want to accept any sales order with value more than 1000. Okay, what we are telling the system is the maximum document value, the maximum order value that we will accept from a particular customer is only going to be 1000 USD. Let's try to save it. Okay, and let's try to create a sales order. But before we create a sales order, definitely we need to go back and we need to untick that indicator, which we blocked, right? Otherwise, it will not allow us to create the sales order at all. So I'm unblocking this. And now I'll try to create a sales order. So VA01, create with reference, order number maybe 149, copy. Okay, and here, yeah, everything looks to be fine. Let's try to, sorry, customer reference I need to enter, press enter and try to save it. So system is performing the credit check and you can see not only the credit limit, but system is also very clearly telling you that maximum document value is exceeded by 15,000. So even if the credit limit is available, but system is not only performing the credit limit check, but it is also performing the maximum document value check. So multiple checks can be performed based on the configuration from here. So in this case, what are the different checks? First is the credit value. Second is the document value. Third is the maximum dunning level. So as of now, this customer has a dunning level blank. But let's say we want to tell the system that if the customer has dunning level more than 2, which means we already sent him 2 reminders, but he has still not paid the previous amount. After dunning level 2, we don't want to accept any orders. So that also you can do. You can just go to credit segment again, and here you can specify based on your credit segment, which is FSCM, how much you want to keep the credit. This one. This is, I think, wrong. Individual step 100. Sorry. We want to go for the dunning level. It should give us the option of dunning level. Okay, this is set at the, you can see the dunning level is automatically set at the 2. Okay, you just need to tell the system that for which credit segment it is applicable. So in my case, I will just enter the credit segment. Became slow. FSCM. So FSCM, for FSCM also, this particular step is active, which means the dunning level, maximum dunning level it will allow is 2 only. It will not allow anything more than 2. Okay. Next is oldest open item.
Vikram?
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, sir. So
Yeah,
this step is not.
I have one query, like here the maximum value like for dunning level like 2. So whether we can increase this into 3 or
Yes, we can do that. We can do that. Let me try how to do that, because normally we don't use this in full form, but yes, we need to see. So let me double click on this. This is where you can do.
Okay.
Okay, but the problem is this you cannot do at the credit segment level. Whatever you are doing, you have to do at the client level only.
Okay.
Okay, so this one you can change. You can also change the age of the oldest open item. Okay, so which means if any item is due for more than 180 days, system will not allow you to go ahead. Okay, and then payment behavior index. So if the DSO is more than 60 days, system will issue the warning or error message there itself. It will not allow you to create the sales order itself. So these things were not available in these things were available in the old credit management also, but they were not available through this check rule. If any one of you has worked on SAP old credit management, that is SDFI credit management, then if you go to this automatic
Vikram, we lost you, I think.
The audio, the volume is gone. Vikram. Not sure if you can hear.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes. Now I can hear you.
Yeah, sorry, there was some
That's
network
all
issue.
right.
Okay, so I was showing you, I think I was able to explain you this one, right? The check rule.
You
Am
were
I right?
talking about in classic credit
Yes.
management.
Yes. All these checks, they were available not as check rule. This check rule is only available in FSCM. In old credit management, it was available in automatic credit control. So if you go to this same configuration, which we have done for telling the system whether to do the warning message or to give the error message. Okay, here, if you go to FSCM, so if you have worked on old credit management, you will be able to see all these options here. Maximum dunning value, oldest open item, all those things were available here. It was not this much. In ECC, you will be able to see this transaction. This is transaction OVA8, very commonly used transaction. Okay, in this transaction, you will be able to see other checks are also set up here itself. But now in FSCM, there is a separate screen to control this check rules. Okay, so in general data of the customer, so let me again go back to the customer master data. Now, hello.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we couldn't hear you for like 3 to 5 minutes. 3 minutes maybe, 2-3 minutes.
No problem. No problem. Just give me a minute. too slow. Okay. Can you hear me now properly?
Yes.
Yes, we can
Okay.
hear you.
Okay. In ECC, in this transaction OVA 8, we were able to define the other parameters also. Okay, so if we only able to define what should be the reaction. Okay, so whether you want to issue the warning message or you want to issue the error message, that you can do it here. But for other parameters, still have to go to the check rules. Okay, that is only in case of new credit management, FSCM credit management, I mean. So this is additional checks. Okay, it is seeming too slow. Just give me a minute. I'll just change my Can you hear me now properly?
Yeah. Now you can. Now we can.
Yeah,
But it's
now I think
intermittent, it's coming, going like that for the past couple of.
yes. Now it should be fine. If it is breaking now, maybe we can stop then.
Quick question, Vikram. Sometimes these credit updates are updated from the third-party agencies, right?
Yeah, that we are still not discussing, Indra. We are going to discuss that. First, let's try to
Okay.
understand the flow, and then we will come to
Okay,
see
fine. Got it.
how this credit, how this credit limit also can be calculated automatically.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so I'll again go back to my transaction BP. Okay, and here I will see what are the other important things that you need to know from the master data point of view. So we already discussed this. We were in the general data. In the general data, we are going to credit profile. Are you able to see my screen or it is not moving?
No.
No.
It's not moving. Okay, let me try
It's
to
not
share.
The
moving,
screen
it's
is not loading
frozen.
correctly. Frozen.
Let me know once you are able to see.
No, we cannot see.
Still cannot see. No, maybe I need to try to rejoin, but if I rejoin, I think everybody would get disconnected.
We can all rejoin. There's no problem.
Let's see if I'm able to do that.
Vijay, if I ask like which company you work for?
Why don't you send me a mail? I
Okay.
work for Accenture, by the way.
Oh, nice. That's good.
I think we have to rejoin. It is not allowing to share the screen at all. Although I can see the screen is being shared, but for you it is showing waiting for people to see your screen. Waiting, you
No,
must be
it's
getting the
locked for
message
us.
waiting for.
Yeah, it's locked for us. I can see
Yeah.
the SAP easy access screen, but it is locked. I am not able to see
Okay, it is
anything
locked.
moving.
No problem. Let's just quickly rejoin.
Okay, sure.
Okay, but do it immediately. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Or maybe I can do one more thing also. I can make someone as organizer. Saurabh, Saurabh, you joined from mobile. What about Swapnil? Swapnil,
I am.
you joined from, or
I have
maybe
joined
Ankit.
on laptop also, Vikram.
Okay, Ankit, you are the organizer now, right? You are able to see that message? क्या हो रहा है?
Hello, Vikram, you there?
I think rejoining, right? I think it looks like.
Okay.
Are you still on?
Yeah, are you able to hear me
Yeah,
now?
we can hear you now.
It's a message with the technical difficulties, organizer.
Yes, yes, yes. So Ankit, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Ankit, just do one thing. In the attendees, just see at my name and right click and say make organizer, because you are organizer now. Are you able to see the list of participants? Just select my name, right click and say make organizer.
Right click is not able. It's not possible. I'm clicking it,
It's not
but
working for you?
no.
Okay, let me rejoin again then with organizer rights. Just give me a minute. Okay, are you able to see my screen now?
So we are still seeing the. Oh, now we can see. Yes. Yeah.
No, now it should be proper screen.
Yeah, it is coming. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I was just telling you, if I again go back to whether it is being recorded or yes, it is being recorded. Yeah. So in this master data, we already understood the details in the credit segment master data, what we need to enter, what are the relevance of those fields. In general data, we understood from the credit profile point of view, we understood the risk class and we understood the check rule. And as I told you yesterday, this is just from the kind of reporting point of view or to calculate this score automatically. So these three fields, rule, score, and credit group, these are relevant for automatically creating the credit limit of the customer. Okay, so what we have done till now, we have provided the credit limit manually to the customer. But if you want to do this calculation of credit limit automatically based on the ratings that we get from the external agencies, in that case, we'll be making the use of rules, score, and risk class. Okay, so this is our next topic that we will discuss. But before that, let's go to one more tab, which is credit worthiness data. So this is additional information which you can provide to the system, again, which will help you in setting up the credit limit of the customer. Okay, so what is his credit standing? Okay, you can see again the rating, affidavit, whether he has filled any affidavit with your company or not. Is he already in bankruptcy or he has done the foreclosure? So these are all the additional information which can help you in setting up the credit limit of the customer. So if you want to fill this information, you can fill based on which your credit limits will be calculated automatically. Okay, so as of now, from yesterday onwards till now, whatever we discussed, let's try to summarize first before we go into the advanced settings of FSCM credit management. Whatever things we discussed in these 2 days, these are all the functionalities which were available in SAP ECC also, even if you are using old credit management. If you are using basic SDAR credit management, you can set up the credit limit of the customer, right? You can do the transactions, and at the time of transaction, system will throw the warning messages, error messages based on the automatic credit control. Okay, and you can also, in addition to the credit limits, you can do the checks at the dunning level, or you can do the checks at the maximum document level. All those things were available in ECC also if you talk about the SDAR credit management, old credit management. But in addition to those features, there were some additional features which were only available in FSCM credit management. So what are those features? So how FSCM is better compared to, maybe I'll write this question, how FSCM credit management is better compared to SDAR credit management. Okay, number one is you can automatically, or before I say automatically, let's say interface with credit rating agencies. Okay, in ECC, if you are using this SDR credit management, you have to take care of this part out of the SAP system. You cannot do this in SAP. In SAP, if you are using SDR credit management. So interface with the credit rating agencies, automatic creation of or automatic setting up of credit limits. This is second thing. And number 3 is distributed system landscape. This is a very common term in SAP. What do you mean by distributed system landscape? When you are using multiple SAP systems in your company. Okay, so this old credit management, SDAR credit management will work when all your company codes are available in a single system, right? If a single system you are using, all your company codes are available in a single system, it will work very well. But let's assume in your group, you have 3 different SAP systems being used, separate system per region. So for US companies, you are using separate SAP system, maybe they are using S4HANA. For Europe, they are using another system, maybe ECC system. And for third region, maybe Asia, they are using completely different SAP system. And if you want to consolidate these 3 systems, whenever a customer is giving you the sales order, even if a sales order is getting created at one system, but you want to perform the credit check at the central level. Okay, if you want to perform the credit check at the central level, that particular thing is not possible in SDER credit management. Okay, it will not allow you to go beyond one SAP system. FSCM will also support that through RFC connections, through iDocs. You can transfer the values between multiple systems for credit checks also. Okay, so that is something which is an advanced feature of FSCM credit management, which were not there in ECC. So we will try to understand one by one. Let's first concentrate on interfaces with credit rating agencies. Okay, yesterday I told you if you want to use any of these advanced features, then definitely you need to have a separate licensing requirement. If you just want to use the features that we seen till now, for those there is no separate licensing requirement. Normal SAP licensing is fine. Okay, so to set up the interface with the credit rating agencies, okay, this is all technical. I'm just showing you the path where it can be set up. But again, you have to involve your PIPO consultants to set up the files, like how the files will be received, how the files will be sent from your SAP system to the third-party system. All those things you have to set up with your technical team.
Cardio is gone.
Yeah, looks like today not good. So Indira, Aisha has my email. I think you can send me a mail. My number is also available there in the mail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I will.
You are in touch with Aisha?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
she's my cousin.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
Vikram is logged in twice, I think. So has a problem still. Why is it showing that many people are logged in multiple times? Is it there on the phone as well as on the laptop, maybe? Or not sure.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, Vikram, now.
Yes, we got you back.
Yeah. There is some problem today with my connectivity. So maybe we completed one topic. We understood from the basic credit management point of view, whatever was available in SAP ECC. So maybe we can leave for today, and we'll meet next Saturday with the advanced features. Okay, because I'm not able to even share the screen properly. Yeah.
That's fine. I think you.
Yeah.
So quick question, like, do we have a class tonight, like the normal FI? I guess we lost Vikram again.
Yeah, the audio is not supporting at all.
I think we should have class Tuesday morning, tomorrow.
No. It's
That
like,
should be better thing instead of having multiple disconnections.
Yeah. No,
Yeah. Okay. So Aisha,
Vikram, we lost you again.
are you able to hear me? Can you hear me now?
yeah, we can
little-
hear.
Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just checking. What about tomorrow? Do you want to keep the session tomorrow, or you want to have a gap for finance?
You want to have a gap tonight?
Don't have a gap. Can't do 2 classes in
Okay,
one
no
day.
problem.
Morning 2 hours, evening 2 hours is difficult.
No.
Yeah, it is
Morning.
your morning. Yeah, it is
Yeah,
very
for you
Morning
also it's
consensus.
difficult, I think. For you it's 6:30 a.m. in the morning. For 7:30 a.m. in the morning on Saturday,
right.
Sunday, it's difficult for us. So it must be
Mm.
difficult for you
No
also.
problem.
Yeah.
For
No
me, like
problem.
my
We will
daughter
keep a
will
gap tomorrow.
come and look at me. How long? Sorry.
No problem. So we will meet on Tuesday. I will send you the link, and then
Okay.
for FSCM we will meet again on Saturday.
Okay,
Thank you.
perfect.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thanks,
Bye
guys.
bye.
Bye. Have a
Bye.
good weekend.
Bye. Bye.